Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peek's Peak. Today I'm going to tell you the story about a guy who wanted a roll-up garage door opener so bad, but did not want to spend $1,000 to get it. That I got an opener from Vevor that's not made for my door, but I just had to figure out a way to make it work. Now, I'm going to share this product with you today, and I'm going to explain what door this is made for because I think it's a great value for what it's designed for. And then I'm going to share with you what I had to go through in order to make it work on my door. This is a very, very affordable alternative to some of the really expensive options out there for roll-up doors. You all know I'm into saving a buck when I can save a buck. And we came up with a way to make this work, and it's pretty cool. Nowhere ever have I lived where I had a garage door opener. Now guys, I know that's lame and kind of lazy. Garage door openers are not that expensive. It's not that big of a deal to install one, but I've just never had one. Everywhere I lived, the garages didn't have an opener that worked, and I never put in the time and the effort or spent the money to have one. But Vevor makes a garage door opener that works on these roll-up doors. Now we had these roll-up doors because we needed our overhead space because we have a lift in our garage, and we wanted to make sure we didn't take up any of our headroom. That way we had room to, lift cars in the air. And the roll-up doors actually work great. I love them. We've got the brush seals on them that are working good, and they're sealed up good. So I like everything about the roll-up doors, except I didn't know of an affordable way to put an opener on them until now. And I mean, we're talking under $150. You can buy this roll-up door opener. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work, try to get this thing put on, and then I'll show you how it works. These roll-up doors come in several different styles, and one of the styles is they have the little wheel or drum that mounts to the metal roll-up door, and then it has slots in that wheel, and those have bearings on them so that the shaft that runs across the top there doesn't spin. The wheels spin on the shaft. That is not how mine is designed. That's what you need for this roll-up door. But mine, the entire shaft is like an axle, and it spins, and there are bearings on each end in the mounts. So this opener is meant to clamp to that shaft, but that means that when the door rolls up, the opener would be spinning as well. So that's not gonna work. Now, we are on to fabricating a wheel that will work on our door. To kind of show you how our door works, you can see the end of the axle does not extend out past the mount. Here's one that hasn't had anything done to it yet. It's flush basically with the mount. The garage door opener is supposed to mount around the shaft and the shaft be stationary, but the door spin with the end of the opener. Well, I extended my shaft on out. What will work is if I have a wheel out here on this spinning shaft that I can slide this door opener into, and it will turn, and then we'll mount the opener on a mount out away from this so that the shaft can spin in the center of the opener without the opener turning. All right, so first we're gonna cut out our hole in the center and the little slots we need. All right. One wheel. Now we gotta clean it up and weld it on there. Now guys, like I said, this is something I've never had, and it's pretty cool. $130 on Vevor. I mean, you can't beat it. I'm pretty excited about it. I think probably I need to add just a little bit of weight to the bottom of the door to get it to come down smoothly, because what it's doing is kind of having to push it to get it to slide back down because there's not enough weight on that. So I want to work on the adjustment there just a little bit, but came with 2 remotes. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you my impression of the Vevor roll-up door opener. And that is, if it's designed for the style of roll-up door that you have, it's a fantastic value. For 130, 140 bucks, 2 remotes, the thing has plenty of power, because I will tell you, I was a little concerned that I was going to be overloading it. It says up to 45 pounds of force to raise and lower the door. And I have brush seals on my door, and they're adjusted really tight. So to lift and raise and lower my door is not easy by hand. So I'm really testing the limits of this when I install it here, and it seems to have no trouble power-wise in doing this. Now, I'm not really focusing on the extra fabrication and everything I had to do to make this work in my situation, because that's not what this is designed for. And I'm not trying to sell anyone on this that has the same style of door that I have. But what I am doing is sharing a great solution that's affordable to have an opener on the right type of roll-up doors. So basically what you need to know in order to tell if this is going to work on yours is if you have enough rod extended past the edge of the door, which you need about 5 or 6 inches, to slide the opener onto. It needs to have the wheel inside the end of the door where these forks on the edge of the opener can slide into to turn the wheel, and it needs to have a stationary shaft all the way across. So the shaft doesn't spin, it's bolted on with U-bolts. And this will actually bolt in place right where those U-bolts go in order to make that work. So if that's the style of door you have, this is made perfectly for that style of door. Now, I'll show you really quickly just so you can see what this looks like, what I did. And I'm going to, now that I know that it works, go back and probably weld me up a solid steel frame to mount this to. Lumber's not exactly the strongest, and when you're putting that twisting force on it, it's going to eventually break the screws that I used to build this. But I've got a piece of plate steel that I just cut out a circle in and cut holes for the tabs to go in, and I welded this steel to the shaft that spins on mine. So I actually have the shaft is inside the back of this, but it's not bolted to it. That way it's spinning inside the machine here. So if you're buying this for the proper application, you won't have to fool with all of that. But I did it simply because I wanted to be able to press a button and just have my door go up. So I made the fabrications I needed to make in order to get it to work on my door. Overall, I'm very pleased with the setup that I have now. In fact, I may buy a couple more because making these changes wasn't that difficult. Now that I know what I need, it wouldn't be hard to retrofit 2 more so that I have openers on all the doors. But for now, we have 1. And if you are interested in an affordable solution for roll-up door openers, be sure and check out Vevor. I'll put a link down in the description where you can also get a 5% discount if you use the code in the description, and I'll get a little bit of credit for selling their products. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.